Now, back by popular demand, it's the Lance Roberts Show.
And welcome to Friday Eve. It's Friday Eve. That's right. It is Thursday. I looked over at Brent, and he's like telling me it's Thursday. I know it's Thursday. It's Friday Eve. That's right. We've been counting down all week because this is the best part of the week as we get ready to wrap it up, head into the weekend.
Tough week for you for some reason.
Well, no, it's just been busy, but, you know, it's a very depressing weekend coming up for Mr. Russell Sherrill. No football.
But there's always, old tapes.
Well, yeah, but, the reason I bring it up is, of course, Vince McMahon, who is the head of WWE. They are very, very close. This is 2019 and 2020. They're going to launch the XFL, which is going to be the alternative to the NFL. Now, throughout, the last several years, there's been several, kind of upstart football leagues that have tried to pick up the slack where NFL, has left off, during the summer. Arena football is still around. I think there's like maybe 4 or 5 teams still in arena football.
I'm
don't hear much about
surprised
it.
that the women's football thing didn't pick up more steam.
Honestly, I'm not either. Talk about fantasy football.
You do know the Alliance of American Football starts this weekend.
But anyway.
He said the Alliance of American Football starts this weekend.
Oh, okay. So that starts this weekend. Okay, there you go. Well, I was just about to say I knew there's one that's coming. So
yeah.
But anyway, the XFL, Vince McMahon's relaunch is supposed to happen in 2020, and they think that's got the best chance. Honestly, I think they should start the UFL, which is basically combining UFC and football. I think people would watch this,
The game will be played with folding chairs.
Exactly. I think there's something there.
Yeah.
We'll have to work on this. Anyway, but yeah, so the weekend is right around the corner, of course, and we've got a lot of stuff to get into today. Interestingly enough, there's a Bangladeshi man who has decided to sue his parents. Have you heard this?
Yes.
Okay, but have you heard the whole story of why he wants to actually sue his parents? So what this Bangladeshi gentleman is, he's suing his parents because they didn't ask him permission to be born. So since they didn't ask him permission, and they put him into this world, right?
Yeah.
That they should now have to pay basically reparations to him for the rest of his life.
Reparations?
Yes, because he wasn't asked to be here, and so because he wasn't asked to be here and be put into this hardship of having to work for a living, he should be paid. And look, this is this movement that's currently occurring all around the world. But there's more to the story. It's not just the fact that he doesn't want to work.
Yeah.
He thinks the world will be a better place without humans in it. Now, let me ask a question for a second. Who cares? If there's nobody here except animals and plants, who cares? How do you know it's a better place? You're not here to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, look,
if a tree falls in the forest.
Exactly. And I bring this up because this is a subject of today's show. The entire show today is going to be on this one subject. I just released a big report on our website. So if you go to the LanceRobertsShow.com or if you go to realinvestmentadvice.com, either way, Michael Leibowitz and I wrote an article talking about modern monetary theory. I've been touching on this all week long because this is a thing, and you need to pay attention to this because this is an important thing that is currently occurring, and it's particularly occurring right in the middle of our politics of what's happening in this country right now. People like Ocasio-Cortez, who's talking about, and we're going to touch on this, and I don't know if you've heard about this yet, but this is called the New Green Deal, right? So you remember back during Roosevelt era, he had the New Deal, and this was the whole thing, right? Coming out of the Depression, in order to break the back of the Depression and get the world back to work again, he started the New Deal, which was, doing things like building the Hoover Dam and Tennessee River Valley Authority and others. These were part of a process where the government intervened to create work for Americans in the middle of the Great Depression. Well, this has been tortured and abused throughout the years, and now Ocasio-Cortez's idea of a new Green Deal has gained a tremendous amount of traction among the Democrats because this is not only what they see as a quick grab for government debt, right? We can just spend money like crazy. It's also the idea of the complete transformation of America into a green environment. Now, we've talked about this before. Look, I'm not against green energy, right? I'm not against, electric cars. I'm not against, more efficient ways to produce electricity that lower the cost for the average American. Those are great things. There's no evidence that any of this actually works. We've talked about solar energy. Solar energy is a great thing, right? We can harness the power of the sun. We can create electricity. Awesome. They spent $100 million converting an army base in California to solar energy. They built a total solar energy farm to power this military base. They spent $100 million. They're going to save $1 million a year in electricity. Now think about that for a minute. In 100 years, they'll break even. Okay, that includes that's saying there's no interest on the debt that they use to pay for it. But it'll take 100 years to break even. So I'm not against things that create more efficient and a cleaner environment. Those are great things, but they also have to make financial sense. So we're going to get into this a bit today because you're going to hear a lot about this, and this is gaining a tremendous amount of traction with our youth. The millennials and the Gen Zers coming up are fully attached to this idea of socialism. And we're going to talk about why, and it's being disguised under this new wrapper called Modern Monetary Theory, MMT. It's a simple new label for socialism, and we'll talk about that when we come back. Real quick, markets are looking to open down this morning. Futures are pointing lower. No big deal. We've had a phenomenal run from the December 24th lows, literally without a break. We ran into the 200-day moving average yesterday, as we talked about. I had laid out a pathway about a week and a half ago, suggesting a rally to the 200-day moving average. It's traced that out exactly to the T as the way we laid it out previously. We're running into that resistance level here. We've talked about taking a little bit of profits along the way. We did that yesterday and the day before, took a little bit of money off the table here, looking to actually maybe even add some hedges here over the next couple of days. The most likely pullback for the market is going to be back towards 50-day moving average, which would be a decline of about 150 points. It's not small from here. That still wouldn't be a bad thing. It'd actually be healthy for the markets, but just be aware here that we're very extended, likely to see a correction. We'll come back from the break, and we're going to get into this idea of modern monetary theory, a new word for socialism in the country, and it's gaining traction right as you look at it. Be right back. Don't go away. You're listening to the Lance Roberts Show.
Want a longer talk with Lance about your money? Request a personal one-on-one at lancerobertshow.com.